What? The Pony Bear and Mickey Mouse are now friends? What? Egmont and Disney are lying to each other? Yeah, that's right. It's true. Egmont and Disney are lying to each other. Net. Before I tell you about the latest news which is have happened, I think it's it's about na last week. About I think it's about somewhere last week. So but before that, let me tell you the history about the relationship license between Egmont and Disney. Egmont may be the more oldest company than Nordisk film is, even though a Nordisk film owns by owned by Egmont. Ever since 90s that Nordisk film and Egmont merged in 90s. But let me tell you the history. In I think it was about 1900. Yeah, it was after World War II, and it's of a beginning of Cold War. During of the beginning of Cold War. The company Disney itself did a license deal with Egmont, it, but it's just only comic books, which Egmont publishing comics based on Disney properties, which mainly is Donald Duck. But I can show you one example, one Swedish copy of Donald Duck comic book magazine. Here's for example Donald Duck, which here in Sweden it says Kalanka och Company. And look at the company Egmont Kärnan. Just look at it. I think it's a little blurry, but it's fine. But it says Egmont, otherwise it says Egmont. It says Egmont Kärnan. But nowadays it's called Storyhouse Egmont. But, but when it comes on comic book magazines and on magazines, it only says Egmont. Egmont is Egmont and Nordisk film are both Danish companies, but this itself is American, of course. But and nowadays, Disney is also one of five major movie studios, like one of five biggest major movie studios. And but the Egmont and Disney license partnership just keeps going, and it's on the Disney also license to Shanlan, which is the company which owned by Storyhouse Egmont, which Disney gave Shannon the rights to publish any merchandise like board games, puzzles, and books. But on 19, but on 80s, Egmont just expanded more license deals with Disney. But it wasn't just license; it was distribution. That's right. In Sweden, it was in Sweden in, in Scandinavia from late 80s until early 90s. Disney and touchstone titles on video cassette was distributed by Egmont Film, which which in the late 80s it was just select video before it just merged with Egmont Film. And it's not just that. For me, it is to about early 2010s about Disney also gave licenses both music stories and mu music, which on first cassette to CD to Egmont, which Egmont had a music publishing company once, and it was called on 1980s Select Music, but it was renamed to Egmont Music sometime between in early 90s, perhaps. I don't know when exactly. but I think so. But I can show you one Disney video cassette was distributed by Egmont film, which some of you know about the VHS opening a return, but I don't have a rental, but I do have a rental copy. Here's the Little Mermaid VHS Swedish return copy, which was the first Swedish VHS return copy of a Little Mermaid, Mermaid serial format, and on video cassette it was distributed by Egmont Film, which look at that. It says Egmont Film there, just there. So it's the only Egmont Film Disney VHS copy that I have. And it was also that it was also about 20th Century Fox, which is now 20th Century Studios, which is one of Disney's brands nowadays from 2019, but it wasn't completed on until to 2020, which is 5 years ago, 6 to 5 years ago. But about 20th Century Fox, which was once one of the big six major movie studios. It was it was distributed by Nordisk Film and Egmont Film respective, but through the joint venture distributor together with Sony Pictures, which was called then gonna be a TriStar f- Films or gonna be a TriStar Egmont or even renamed later to gonna be a TriStar Nordisk Film and then renamed it to Sony Pictures releasing until Nordisk Sony Pictures releasing shut down. But the distribution, 20th Century Fox titles, it was distributed until 2001. And then And then on to 2000, I think it was about 2017. I think I think it's about 2017 or 2018. New Nordisk film and 20th Century Fox did the second time with license distribution, but it only with a distribution it owned 20th Century Fox titles, but only on movie theaters, only distributed by Nordisk Film in just only in Denmark and Finland. Why in Sweden it was 20th Century Fox who provided movie theater booking for Nordisk film titles. And why in in Norway it Nordisk film handles only the movie theater booking for 20th Century Fox titles, which which was kinda weird. But on 2019 Disney merged with 20th Century Fox merged with Disney, so it's now 20th Century Studios, and it's one of Disney's flagships or brands, I should say brands. But on 2000 on 2022, TV2 Norway just made a deal with Disney, which Disney Plus became both separate streaming service and a add-on streaming brand inside TV2 Play in Norway, which TV2 Norway is also owned by Egmont. That's kinda cool, but TV2 Play also have Nordisk Film Plus brand in Norway. But before I'm talking about the latest license deal between Disney and Nordisk Film, let me talk to you about Nordisk Film Plus. I noticed that that it seems that Nordisk Film Plus doesn't go well in Sweden and Norway two partnerships. Why in Denmark it does kinda go well as a streaming service. but it doesn't go well in Sweden and Norway to partnerships. And on 2023, no, Nordisk film just like licensed many of the contents, the distribution of many of the titles to Prime Video, which includes some children's programs too, which was kinda great, but not so great because does it still it does still lost lost some of her childhood context not we missing, but let me now last week, I think it was last week, these no, both Disney and Nordisk Film just announced a license deal, which Nordisk Film are gonna license the the Nukon films in in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway to Disney Plus, from which starts which it will start next year, and the Finnish films of course in Finland too, which Finland already starts next year, but Finnish films, it doesn't it doesn't arrive until about two years, which about kinda 1 year after, which Nordisk Film will license the Scandinavian films to Disney Plus next year, but on 2027, Nordisk Film will license Finnish films to Disney Plus. And and it's and in according of which was kind of, if, let me talk you about how many films, how many movies, about 90 movies, films, which it isn't a lot enough, but who knows. But it comes to that those films never be appearing on Disney Plus. They will be appearing on Disney Plus after the ones was passed in movie theaters, then on video on the mod, which went and buy services. And that means Disney Plus will become the exclusive home for, for licensing no films from Nordisk film. What do you think? We will see if we add something more or something. Uh, But it seems that we know that Disney gave a license rights to Egmont first, but next year it's Nordisk Film's turn, which is part of Egmont itself. It's their own turn, license their films, the local films to Disney Plus. I don't know. I think it's kinda good. I think, but we will see. I realized that I took a lot long of time that I explained on this video. I know. Well, it may maybe the just maybe Egmont and Disney wants to license more to each other. I don't know. I don't know if the Disney Plus are gonna license more contents from Nordisk film sometime in the future. We are not sure, but we only heard about that even come Nordic films, but perhaps not all of the Nucon films right away, but we will see. So thanks for informing you on, and thanks for telling you about a license relationship between Egmont and Disney. So tomorrow I will be showing you as usual another DVD unboxing. So thanks for watching and see you later. Bye.